Yo, what's going on, guys? And right now, three tweets just went off, right here. And Bronny James is stable and out of the ICU intensive care unit after suffering a cardiac arrest while practicing at USC on Monday. We heard this from a spokesperson from his family. Shams Charania was the first one to break the news. And with that being said, it's this is the whole story right here. Yesterday, while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He's no he's now in stable condition and no longer in the ICU. We ask for the respect and privacy for the James family. We will upload media when there's more information. LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. Let me pull up a picture of Bronny James. Also, open my email because I have a call today with a general manager of a G League team for some scouting stuff that I'm doing. So I got to keep my email. He actually emailed me yesterday and I didn't see it, and I'm so mad. So I responded to him today, and hopefully your boy can break into the NBA as a scout. Now, let's just pull this up right here while we wait for everybody to join. And Bronny James, a guy who's really done a great job of everybody, well, you remember he was a guy that before his senior year, we were saying that he might not even be a first round pick if his name wasn't LeBron. I didn't have LeBron James, but going into commitment day, what was he, a top 10 player in his draft class? One of the arguably the best defensive player in his draft class. So it's crazy to think about that. Basically, a DeMar Hamlin situation right here. Again, T's and P's out to the James family. I think that's first thing. Again, the medical staff and the athletic staff did an incredible job of paying attention to Bronny James, and I think that's just something that we need to give the staff. I just first off, I have to say this, okay? I don't understand why, like DeMar Hamlin. It makes sense that you're you're hit and you get a heart attack because we all know a kid who got hit in the heart playing baseball and he suffers a heart attack. But I don't understand the fact that when you look at this current situation, like with DeMar Hamlin's situation, you understand football. Okay, if you get hit in the heart, it's going to it's like baseball. The story you hear, the kid who got hit by a line drive and hit his heart, and then he had a heart attack. We've all heard that story growing up. But in basketball, from the way I'm understanding it, is he suffered a cardiac arrest on the court just playing basketball. Like, what was his name? Who was the basketball player? Not Eddie Jones. There's a basketball player in the 90s, Reggie Lewis. Reggie Lewis. You've heard the story of Reggie Lewis? Jackson had a heart attack on the court for the Boston Celtics.
No,
How does my mic sound right now?
fine.
So Reggie Lewis, yeah, Karam. We heard about Bronny James right before as I told yesterday at 9:26 a.m. according to TMZ. Shams Charania, who broke the news, you know, nationally today. But the report from TMZ from medical, the ambulance arrived to the USC Athletic Center at 9:26 in the morning. And he is out of intensive care right now. Again, T's and P's. The only thing we can compare it here, in my opinion, is to DeMar Hamlin. Then you had the other guy last year, and was it Premier League soccer? It was a soccer player. He had a heart attack on the field as well, playing soccer, like high level Division I soccer. And then you had obviously the last guy in the NBA being Reggie Lewis. I don't know if you've heard. You said you've never heard of Reggie Lewis, and I don't think Reggie Lewis died. Did he die? No, he did die. He died on the court.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, and he was from Baltimore, Maryland. So he was a guy who was the 22nd draft pick. He was actually an all-star the year before he died. And during an off-season practice, he suffered a cardiac death on the court at 27. They tried to revive him using mouth to mouth. His his death was attributed to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, is a condition where the heart becomes thickened without an obvious cause. The part of the heart most commonly affected are the interventricular septum and ventricles. I don't know fucking things, but basically the heart is not able to pump as much blood effectively, which causes the a structural heart defect that is most common in the death of young athletes. So we're hoping that this isn't a Reggie Lewis situation where he's having a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is a structural heart defect. We're hoping this is a freak instance, maybe like LaMarcus Aldridge, where it's a heart arrhythmia, or I don't even know what Damar Hamlin suffered, but this is ridiculous. What's your initial thoughts? I've been over here for the last 6 minutes, just obviously mind blown that this has happened.
I mean, no. I'm glad he's okay. I don't really care though. I mean, he's not my kid.
Yeah, but doesn't it get you scared that we've seen in the last year, 3 high-level athletes suffer heart attacks. One being a freaking 18-year-old kid, the other being, what was Damar Hamlin, 24, 25, and then you had the soccer player, and then I just told you about Reggie Lewis, who died on the practice court. Like, we don't want.
I mean,
this to be
there was somebody in college basketball that this happened to yesterday, and I was gonna exactly what Aaron's saying here. I mean, I would imagine that there's a recurring theme here. I'm not trying to get conspiracy, but
no,
I
you
would
guys are
I would bet
don't be
everything that
right-wing.
all of them
No.
are jabbed up. I would bet the
No,
house.
do not be peddling that this heart attack.
I'm not saying this is a COVID. I'm not saying this is a vaccine 100%. I'm saying, I mean, this stuff happens. It happened a lot last year, and you're right. People were kind of taking an eye to it. I forget who it happened to in college. He just got drafted.
Keontae Johnson. Keontae Johnson from K-State, he had a heart attack on the court when he was on Florida, and he had to get a shit ton of medical clearance to go play for K-State. And the only reason I know this is I worked as a reporter in Topeka, Kansas, so we covered both K-State and Kansas. And so, this was a big storyline when he got drafted. From what I understand, Keontae Johnson, they never knew what caused the heart attack he had, because it was just a random, like, you know what I mean? From what I remember is, okay, so for Keontae Johnson on December 12th, 2020, he arrived at the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. Doctors assessed him to be critical but stable conditions. He had to go into a medically induced coma, and he woke up 3 days later. And yeah, there is not much information besides that.
I wonder what's up with the Sharif O'Neal.
Sharif O'Neal sucked, and he had a heart problem too.
Yeah.
I forgot. There's all these guys who are having heart problems. I completely forgot that Sharif O'Neal. Aaron, I love you. It's not peddling anything. I'm not closing my eyes to the possibility. Okay, that's a good response. I'll give you that. Hey, the one thing, people said the Wuhan lab theory wasn't real, and now the CIA and like the CDC and shit are like saying that, like, yeah, the virus probably started in the lab, but like that's here nor there. We're talking about, so right here we have Keontae Johnson, Reggie Lewis, Reggie Lewis being the one who died in the 90s for the Boston Celtics from a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. And then you had Keontae Johnson that they really don't know what happened to him, but he collapsed on the court and had to go into a medically induced coma. The fact that there was no medically induced coma for Bronny James, that's the big thing right here. Again, everyone who's watching, we have like 15 people watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. But with that being said, obviously T's and P's. We weren't saying that Johnson was Mr. the man below me, Jackson, and our guy Aaron were just joking around saying the vaccine. But right, Keontae Johnson and Reggie Lewis. So obviously, we're not the vaccine. I'm not on the side. I don't think the vaccine caused anything in here. Okay, but Most one. Conspiracy nuts are wicked. Run with the dumb shit info is released. Time info, dumb shit time info is released. But no, completely. Like the thing is like, obviously, I think right here, I don't know. Like, did he get hit or was he just running? Because like, wasn't Keontae Johnson? He dunked, and then as he dunked, he landed, and as he's walking away, he collapsed, walking away from the hoop. And then with Reggie Lewis, we don't really know. And then DeMar Hamlin, he got decked. I don't know. I'm just trying to see. Chris, Topeka, Kansas, my hometown, place is a shithole. I worked at. I was a TV reporter for 27 News, and and Fox 43. So, Channel 13 News. No, wait, is that 13? 27 News. 13 was our rival. 27 News. I literally stopped working there 2 months ago, but after like 7 months. But either way, we got almost 20 people watching. Thank you for that.
It was an Old Dominion player.
Who got hurt? What was the name of the Old Dominion player?
Emo Essen.
Emo. How is that spelled? Like emo?
No.
How do you spell it? How do you spell Essen? ESSIEN.
Mm-hmm.
Collapse. Okay, so Emo Essen
walked off the court.
So Emo Essen collapsed on the court, and he appeared to remain conscious throughout the ordeal and walked off the court after he helped.
Oh, look at this. This is for our conspiracy, as a CBN News has reported. Researchers found that the mRNA vaccines are associated with an 84% increase in cardiac-related adverse events.
Oh, okay. So are we about to have a fight? We have 21 people watching right now.
I'm not saying the Old Dominion.
You're being a right-wing Republican and just saying.
No, I'm not. I don't know. How does that have any? That has nothing to do with my political affiliations. I'm just saying.
I'm coming at you as a joke right there.
I'm saying people are falling on the court, but people have always been falling on the court. But people have always been falling down. I know many people who have just passed out randomly, and it's the most random thing ever, unrelated to the heart.
Most goes. I've seen guys collapse in the 90s from heart problems. Anything health related, they blaming a vaccine.
That's what I'm saying. This has been happening for a long time. Like people outside of sports collapse and fall, and this happens, and it's scary, and it's crazy, and paramedics come. And everyone's wondering what's going on.
Not politically charged. Again, anything when I say politically, it's always a joke. I know this. None of us are politically charged people. And when I always just say that because I think it's funny. But Aaron, you're right. It's not political. And if it is true, again, we're at 25 people watching. Hit that like and subscribe button.
Jesus Christ, dude. For Bronny?
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's got a lot of hype coming around.
I mean, the guy was a top 10 high school recruit, okay? And the thing is like most said, he's seen guys collapse from heart problems since the 90s. Dude, my thought process, this is similar to Reggie Lewis, where it's a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is what I told you when the heart, like the veins in the heart thicken for no obvious cause, and it makes the heart not be able to pump blood as effectively throughout the body. So, and yeah, Keontae Johnson.
You start throwing in booze and drugs, not mainly with these high school or these high school and college players. But
if Bronny's doing anything, he's smoking the occasional blunt.
Yeah, but there are still other things pre-existing.
I don't see how they clear him to play this year. I think he plays this
DeMar
year.
Hamlin's playing.
I was about to say that. You took it.
DeMar Hamlin's about to get a pick six, probably on the first play of the game.
Yeah, DeMar Hamlin's playing. Keontae Johnson played, a year or two removed? And then, okay, so for me, what I think is going to happen, what they cleared DeMar Hamlin 3 months after. The soccer player who had the heart attack, I think he got cleared a year later. Soccer player collapse.
Hey, what's up, Mile High? It's interesting with this countries like Japan, Norway, Denmark, Finland began warning their citizens in 2021 that the mRNA COVID shots could cause serious heart problems in young men.
Christian Eriksen says, he had a heart attack as a soccer player, but it took him 18 months to return. Hey, Mile Highs. Seems, yeah, we all hope Ronnie's okay.
Oh, it happened in a high school, Tariq Watson.
Yeah, I mean,
top-ranked NJ athlete collapses during game.
I've said this story. I don't know if you know this. I thought everyone growing up knew this story, that a kid in their local area, no matter where you lived in the United States, there's, like, for me, the baseball field near my house is dedicated to the 6-year-old kid who died in a rec league baseball game because a line drive got hit and it hit him in the heart, and he immediately died from heart failure or heart attack, because, you know, they say if your heart's pumping and when the heart's out during the middle of the pump,
shit,
you don't know that. That's what they think happened to Damar Hamlin, that his heart was in the middle of pumping blood, and when your heart's outwards being pumped and you get hit right where your heart is, you can have heart attack like that.
I was reading an article. We've talked about this, but two researchers have found that more than 1,500 athletes have suffered cardiac arrest since the COVID-19 vaccines began. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because the compared number was an average of 29 per year, which is
so crazy. Right here, Most says COVID does cause lingering issues with athletes. COVID does, a vaccine does not. So I think the big thing is we don't know if it's the vaccine or the actual disease.
I'm not trying to even get into it. I'm just saying
we're not. But it's obviously this is obviously something.
I did a couple of Googles.
We're not, like, obviously neither of us are like tinfoil wearing.
We're already demonetized. So
yeah. So adults fighting for all the younger people need your help. You guys need to stand up. Eastern Holistic Medicine. Your immune system. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for holistic medicine. I'm all for.
Oh, that's a good question. I think that was AP Press.
What was the source of which article?
Yeah, it was AP Press.
AP Press. Okay, that's good. Again, 25 people watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're live daily, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. to noon Eastern time, and
we're about to turn to a looking at like athletes and COVID vaccine channel.
Yeah. We're looking for the truth,
views, baby.
Yeah. Well, what's it called? Count the vote. I'm just
I need a recount.
But so yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on with Bronny James. What was Damar Hamlin? It happened in January, because you know what's the funny thing out? The only reason I know it happened it only happened on January. It was January 2nd, the day Damar Hamlin collapsed, because I was in a dive bar next to the original Hooters because my girlfriend didn't want. Actually, she told Hooters. Me, dude. My girlfriend told me later. Every week. Dude, my girlfriend said she never wanted to go to Hooters, but there was a Hooters next to this. There was a Hooters next to the dive bar we went to when Damar Hamlin collapsed. And it was right next to the original first Hooters ever. And she told me after we ate, I would have gone into the Hooters and eaten because it was the first one ever. Okay, either way, I don't. So we're in Clearwater, Florida, because this was when I was touring before I got into Miami.
Okay.
I was checking out South Florida and a couple other campuses in St. Petersburg, and I was staying in Clearwater, and we went to dinner. And we went to a dive bar, and I'm talking. My girl, I have a loud voice, so my girlfriend goes, "Cyro, stop." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "No one's talking." I'm like, "What's going on?" We look, and it's Damar Hamlin on the screen. The whole fucking bar is quiet. And in March, in April, they have him. Like, I don't know, but look at this. So Chris says, obviously, we're hearing more about all of this because of the availability of social media. And he was the one who said he saw a bunch of people collapse in the 90s because of heart problems. 90s, we had no social media. It'll be interesting to hear if it was happening at a scale it is now. So, dude, we got half the chat is just like, it's the vaccine. Okay. It's the vaccine. The goddamn libs got us. They're giving us all heart attacks. But also, didn't Donald Trump release the first vaccine?
I think he did, and that's a big. A lot of people don't like that.
Yeah. Did Bronny get that thing? But no, guys, right now when we look at the current situation with Bronny James, I mean, first off, we can joke about the vaccine. We can joke. I mean, there could be underlying health issues. I love you, Aaron. Guys, Aaron's one of our longtime viewers. He's always here. He's supposedly coding as he's watching this or listening to this. So we always thank Aaron's presence. He'll be back on the show once we talk Atlanta basketball. Been a little bit quiet, but dude, I'll admit when I saw this report when it first came out, I thought it was fake. Like I didn't see the Shams tweet. I saw the NBA Central tweet, which is the one I sent you guys. I thought it was NBA fake.
Yeah, where it's got caught by that. Not Shaq.
Oh, not Shaq. Fucking.
He's getting clowned for it. He just got
Kevin Garnett tweeted at somebody.
Yeah,
and
he was like, "Elon, fix it." Yeah, somebody was getting all upset.
It was some NBA legend, right?
Wasn't Perk, right?
Was it Kevin Durant?
I don't think it was
Kevin Durant's too good on social media.
Yeah, I don't think it was Kevin Durant.
But no, I honestly thought at first this was fake. I was like, what? I was like, who was starting this?
It
was
like the NBA Centel. Oh, it was Draymond. Yeah, it was
Draymond. Draymond got by it.
Yeah. Goddamn old head getting caught.
Jalen Johnson tells us our man Jaylen Brown just got paid. I don't know if we should pivot or we should hold. Let's get a group consensus. Did you guys want to stay on the Bronny James conversation right here? We have spent 21 minutes talking about LeBron James' son suffering a heart attack, or should we talk about the fact that it's official? Jaylen Brown is the richest man in NBA history, signing a 5-year, $304 million deal.
Jeez. Oh, my God.
Aaron saying pivot. Aaron said
that's
we're done.
So fucked. I feel bad laughing because if this happened to me or anybody I know, it would be like the worst thing ever. So all prayers to Bronny J and the James family.
Likewise, this was something that was included in the TMZ article I read. Bronny was reactive and responsive, but USC medical staff decided to call a code 3 medical emergency, which is when the ambulance comes on and they turn on the lights and sirens and they're going through the lights. And at the hospital, it was confirmed cardiac arrest. So it seems like it was one of those cardiac arrests that let me push this back. This is my rendition. No, this is my rendition of the cardiac arrest because there's like, okay, it's like you start to. I've heard stories. You start to feel like your arm go numb, and he probably like fell, collapsed, never lost consciousness. He probably just fell to his knees or fell to the floor, never lost consciousness, and it was probably a minor heart attack. That was my rendition of Bronny James's heart attack. All right, guys. Thank you for everyone who's been watching so far. We are going to pivot after 24 minutes almost of talking about.
Thanks for watching.
Hit that like and subscribe button. We're gonna talk now about our guy by the name of. Also, why is Twitter X now?
X marks the spot, man. Claim what's yours.
I don't know if you're being facetious.
I'm not being that's a good one. I am being facetious, but I wasn't thinking that was the word you were going to use.
Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown has agreed to a 5-year, $304 million Supermax contract extension with the franchise, per sources tell Shams Charania. He's making more money than Jason Tatum. Some might say he might be better than Tatum. This is the richest deal in NBA history, negotiated by agent Jason Gulashon, fully guaranteed with a trade kicker, no player option. Straight 5 years.
That is crazy. A $70 million contract. What the fuck am I doing with my life?
Wait, is that $70 million a year? No, that's $60 million a year. Learn your fucking math.
30 divided by 5?
Yeah.
6?
Yeah, it's like 6.2.
Why's the first comment $70 million a year? Somebody ratio that guy.
Yeah, somebody does not know math. Yeah,
I am so glad I'm not a Boston Celtic fan. If Luke was here, this has Bradley Beal spelled all over it.
Give us a second. We're gonna call one of our good friends who's a diehard Boston Celtics fan.
I mean, it's just like the Beal situation and the Bulls situation. Like, this is something that the Celtics have to do. And Jaylen Brown is good enough that it should be tradable if they need it to be. It's going to be so fucking fat.
It's a lot of money. I really hope Luke answers. I also, dude, when I moved out of my apartment, I did not clean up.
Yeah, I asked you. Yeah, sure. I always hate cleaning.
Yeah, no, dude. I had one of my other roommates who, like, okay, I like how it reads. Agreed. Is that even a decision that would anyone need to think about? yeah, dude. You put.
Oh, they've agreed to it.
Yeah.
Jaylen sees the offer. He's like, yeah.
I gotta consider this. This.
Yeah, this works for me. He looks around to his agent like, oh, nice work.
I forget what story it is, but there's a story. Fuck, I forget what it was. But some company or something, I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it was a company, was buying another company. I forget what the two companies were. But the one company was like trying to sell, and the other company was just idiots. And they just offered them like a shit ton of money. And supposedly like they had to like keep their like composure signing the deal because everyone in the other company that was getting bought out by the other company could not believe that they were getting offered like, let's say 100 million when they knew they were only worth 25 million. So they're there. Supposedly it was the hardest thing for them to like keep their composure until they walked out the room and they all just started like, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck just happened? But no, Jalen Johnson, you're right. It's a lot of money for the Celtics, but the Celtics had to do it if they want to compete with a title. And like, look, at the end of the day, even if Jaylen Brown does demand a trade in a year to the Atlanta Hawks, he's now under contract to be traded, so he's tradable.
That's so.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Jaylen Brown's the Muslim god himself. Okay.
Atlanta's the Mecca of America.
I mean, he's from Atlanta, and he's like a community leader. That's just if Jaylen Brown was requesting a trade. Thank God they did not put a no trade clause, but there is a trade kicker. Either way,
what's the trade kicker?
Trade kicker means like if you trade him, I believe it'll cost the team 15. So if you trade for Jaylen Brown, what happens is when you have a trade kicker, we saw it with the Chris Paul. So let's say this deal is 5 years. So instead of paying him what the cap hit is that year, you actually have to pay him when you trade for him. You have to salary match the actual annual average because it kicks the salary up 15%. So if it's 304 divided by 5. That is $60.8 million a year. So, but because it could be front loaded or back loaded, each year won't actually be $60.8 million. It'll be like maybe the first year's 59 with the last year being 65. Okay. So if it's 59 and you trade him, you actually have to send $61 million because it's the annual average that you're trading for, not the actual cap hit for that season.
Yeah, it just doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So I found out why this happened. This deal happened. Do you know another one of Jason Glushon's clients?
Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine,
Duncan Robinson. So now it all makes sense.
Well, actually, I talked with somebody, and the Miami Heat, the reason they've actually decided to stop paying their guys because they realized with Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, that's why they let Gabe Vincent and Max Strus leave, because they realize it's more their system than the players themselves. And yeah, so for me, I think right here, this deal, it just makes sense. I don't think, first off, Jaylen Brown's arguably top 20, if not top 15 player in the NBA. I think he's deserving of the money, maybe top 10. Again, guys, hit that like and subscribe money. So yeah, $60.8 million a year for Jaylen Brown. I love Jaylen. I'm all set. He's an all NBA player. He's awesome.
Well, yeah, I'm all set paying him $60 a year because, I mean, I could get a lot of other things for $60 a year. But
salary cap's going up. 60 is not going to be anything, bro.
There's no world where there's no inflation riddled world where you can convince me $60 million isn't a lot to play my second best player. So
some might say Jaylen Brown's your best player.
Some might say that.
Some might say it.
It's not me. Some
might say.
Jason Tatum is the best player on the Boston Celtics.
It's definitely interesting, and now, I mean, at least the core of Tatum and Brown are locked up for like 3 to 4 years together. But
yeah,
I mean, it's going to make some hard decisions.
Some might be wrong. Some are saying Jaylen Brown's the best Celtic, and some are wrong.
Yeah, some might be wrong.
What's up?
We
got a lot of OGs pulling up to the chat. What's up, boys?
Yeah. Thanks for all the boys.
Are we back?
I mean, it feels like we are back potentially. But I definitely think this is interesting. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. It means the world to us.
We want to hit 2,000 subs because it's taken like over a year. So a like goes a long way.
Yeah, we got to the first 1,000 rather quickly. And then the second 1,000.
We got to the first 1,500 first like 12, 1,300 rather quickly.
And then it just, let's just say Kai Soto really helped half of those.
We were getting like 800 fucking views. It's crazy. It was like episodes like this. Good to be back. Took a year,
but I'm definitely keen to see if with the second tax apron, if the Celtics are going to start having to juggle hoops. We'll see what Brad Stevens is going to do. I should have asked him.
KP's on a biggie as well.
I kind of
going to be on a biggie.
Did they extend him already, or
I'm pretty sure they extended him immediately.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
If I'm not mistaken.
They pull up his contract.
They're gonna need to start drafting.
Are you ready?
I mean, I know they have, but
so they have not. Okay, so basically, he signed a 1-year extension. It looks like.
Oh, that's right.
So he makes $29 million this year and $30 next year.
Okay, that's a good deal.
Smart
for both.
Yeah, good deal for both. I agree with that one.
They're probably anticipating they were gonna pay Jaylen at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the fit though with KP.
Right now, so Kristaps Porzingis, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Robert Williams, and Al Horford all make double digits for the. Yeah, Robert Williams has 1.4 million in unlikely incentives, while Jaylen Brown has 3.3 in likely incentives to make. That's fucking crazy. So right now, Kristaps Porzingis makes the most money on the roster. He accounts for almost 20% of the cap. 18% goes to Jason Tatum. 17.5 goes to Jaylen Brown. 16.5 goes to Malcolm Brogdon. 13.5 goes to Derek White. Robert Williams gets 8.5, and Al Horford gets 7.3. You want to know who's the next highest paid player behind all those guys?
Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, it is Peyton Pritchard.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, KP coming in at 36. It's not too, it sounds a lot bad. It sounds really bad. And then when you look at it, well, I guess the Brown extension hasn't gone in, but looking at it on the screen here, it's not as bad as it sounds.
No, it's not as bad. And again, I do think Karam, that's
Jordan
what I thought.
Great draft pick, by the way.
The really thing is this is for the next 2 years, they're fine. I think the big problem is when Kristaps starts to expire, Derek White starts to expire, they're going to have to make decisions like the second tax apron. Will they be able to keep? Will they be willing to pay this? I think is the big question.
We'll see how the team does. I mean, anything short of a finals win is probably grounds to at least retweak it.
If they win a championship in the next 2 years, hey TP,
what's up, TP?
Another OG. You just came a little bit late. We were at like 26 viewers. Now we're down to like 17. But thank you everyone for watching. I definitely think it's interesting to look at this because I think if they win a championship, it's worth it in the next 2 years, and they're going to be willing to pay the second tax apron. But if they don't win a championship or come close to winning a championship within the next 2 years, then they're going to have to make decisions because of the second tax apron.
Yeah, as they should, because you just made the championship last year, and then this past season you lost to the lowly Miami Heat. And I don't care what anybody says. I mean, the Celtics should have won, and any team that played the Miami Heat in the playoffs should have beaten the Miami Heat.
Wow! Stop it!
The Heat weren't they're not your typical 8th seed. I understand that, but still, you're the Milwaukee Bucks, man. You're the 1st seed. You're the Boston Celtics. You just made the NBA Finals. Like, you need to win these matches. Like, you need to win. I mean, it's as simple as that. So I'll give Boston maybe one more year leeway. You lose to Miami in the conference finals, I'll give you one more year leeway after this next year. If you do the same thing this upcoming season, I mean, then we got some problems. I think every Celtic fan would agree with that. But 2 years from now, these are moves that they had to make, and they're good moves. And the Jordan Walsh pick is a great step in the right direction for setting up the next tax apron decision makings.
But if they had been swept in the playoffs, that Joe Mazzulla might have been fired, that like he didn't know it was weird, that the building got weird. I was told by a very, very.
The NBA is weird. The turnovers.
Nick Nurse wouldn't have been the coach, though. I asked him that, and he could have told me that Joe Mazzulla was fired. Nick Nurse was not going to be the coach.
You know, I like Joe Mazzulla. I think a sweep is a grounds for a firing as a first-year coach, because like there's limited time. Like, we have these guys under contract, but there's a limited window here in championship, and winning is hard, and sustaining winning is even harder than winning. So if Mazzulla crumbles, if his preparation and schemes crumble in the playoffs, no matter who you're playing and no matter what round, to a 4-0 sweep. But then at the same time, I look at the Lakers getting swept by the Nuggets, and I'm not calling for Ham to be fired. So that sounds a little bit hypocritical.
I feel like, though, the difference was the Lakers just looked like they were overpowered, while the Miami
Heat were the 8th seed, the playing team. The Nuggets are the 1 seed.
The Celtics just looked like shit. Okay, the Celtics just didn't play basketball against the Heat, while the Lakers literally tried to win games, and they were just outmatched.
And I think the Lakers being the 13th seed before the trade deadline was also, the Lakers weren't supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals. So I guess that is
no, but it goes back to like kicker. What you were saying is like their window is closing, and Jalen Johnson brings up a good point. It's like, if they don't win a title within the next 2 years, will they keep Robert Williams? Will they keep Derek White?
All these guys will be gone. The whole roster would be gone except probably Brown and Tatum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the big thing. Like,
I think I like their roster, and getting KP was huge, and their depth isn't too bad. But I do think the losses are. I think the loss of Marcus Smart is huge for their culture, and I think the loss of Grant is huge as well. But Grant didn't have as crazy of an impact this last year as he did in the finals year, and you can improve from Marcus Smart, and he's not untouchable, but he's a culture untouchable. But unfortunately, culture is not money.
Yeah,
it all comes down to money.
No, completely. And I think it's definitely interesting to see how this all plays out. I didn't work out yesterday, and I feel I wanted to start working out yesterday. I got to do it today. I'm a fat fuck.
I always feel good after a workout.
I know. I'm actually not fat. I'm at 163 pounds, but it's more the fat. Yo, all right, we got Luke on the phone. Jaylen Brown, 5 years, 304.
Might be. Just woke up.
Yeah.
On my phone.
I did the same thing 1 hour ago.
You wanna hop on? We got a great conversation going on here. Not only Bronny James, but also Jaylen Brown.
Thomas is talking about the jab.
Okay, let's talk about Jaylen Brown right now. I'm on phone. How much was it? Like $300 million?
$304 million over 5 years. He's getting paid $60.8 million. There is no player option. It's fully guaranteed and a trade kicker. It is the richest deal in NBA history. He will be the highest paid for now.
Deal in NBA history.
So what are your thoughts, right?
That's a lot of fucking money. That is a lot of fucking money.
Thomas Curry says, "Get your ass out of bed, Luke."
Dude, god damn, man. That is a lot of fucking money.
We said though that
Tatum's that he signs next year is going to be more, by the way.
Yeah, but what we're saying is that this gives him a 2-year window before.
Yeah, to trade him if it doesn't work out.
You don't trade either of them, but then if in 2 years it doesn't work out, that means Derek White, KP, Robert Williams, Al Horford are probably all going to be gone because of the second tax apron. If they do decide to keep Brown and Tatum,
it's time to rebuild with a cheap young core around these two guys. If this core doesn't work,
that's wild.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking money, and Tatum's gonna get more. So.
No, completely. We've got a great conversation, But no, Jalen Johnson's just laughing because I told you this already, but I found out from a very good source, we can say within the Boston Celtics organization, that after the third game loss, it was very weird inside the Celtics building that he wouldn't have been surprised if Joe Mazzulla was fired if they have gotten swept. But he told me Nick Nurse would not have ever been hired. Nick Nurse, there was no shot in hell that Nick Nurse would.
The Celtics organization probably fucking hates Nick Nurse.
Yeah, that's the gist. I told you this. I found out that it seems like a lot of coaches and people in the league hate Nick Nurse.
We talked about this.
I don't know.
It makes sense why nobody else really pursued him except for the Sixers.
And a little bit the Rockets.
A little bit the Rockets, but not really. You can tell they always wanted Ime.
Yeah, and Nick Nurse was like a backup.
If Ime decided to go somewhere else, they would have gotten Nick Nurse. But you could tell that they never fucking wanted him. They really wanted Ime, and they got their guy.
No,
yeah, that's a lot of fucking money.
It's a lot of money, and I wonder. I think it's all going to come down to the tax apron. But you're missing when you come back on. We'll restart the Bronny James conversation, and we have half the chat is saying that it's due to the fact of the vaccine.
What it means.
Can you hear him?
Yeah. If you
stop it, dude. Stop it. We're not saying Bronny's heart stopped due to the fucking vaccine. We're not doing this shit. All right, I'm about to hop on the show. I'm hanging up.
No.
Okay, we got we are going back to LeBron James' son. Luke is ready to discuss the fact that Luke is vehemently. Luke would like to vehemently say. Luke would vehemently like to say, "Oh,
Stin. We're featuring Stin. Stin says Bronny is soft. He's weak. He wouldn't have made it.
You got my old bedroom?
His bed. Oh wait, was this your old room?
Yeah.
The middle one upstairs.
Yeah, in the back left corner.
Yeah. I'm in the back left corner. That's where I set it up.
That's funny as fuck. Okay, Bronny's heart didn't stop because of the jab. Epstein totally hung himself. Well,
we also landed on the moon. The 60s, we landed on the moon.
And the government did not sell crack to minorities in the 80s. They did not do that.
And nor did they inject syphilis into over 100 black men in the 50s.
They didn't do that either. They did not inject syphilis into the black people. You're right. They never did that. The government never did that.
They didn't kill JFK either.
But in all seriousness, this is not because of the fucking jab. Come on, guys.
What about the mRNA in the vaccine?
Shut the hell up. Shut up, Novak Djokovic. No one wants to hear you talk.
I love Djokovic's stance on the jab. I loved Djokovic's stance on it. I thought that was very admirable.
I could not believe that. I mean, like that.
But to come back and to just keep winning was so
cool.
because
that's what he does. Because he's the greatest tennis player of all time.
He's so good, bro, man. I can't believe.
What was his stance on the vaccine?
He didn't get vaccinated, so he wasn't allowed into Australia and the U.S. So he couldn't play in the U.S. Open.
He set them all. I think didn't he sit the whole year out? Or?
No. He didn't sit the whole year out. He could play. They allowed him to play in England and France. Novak wasn't allowed. Novak wasn't allowed to play in fucking Australia or America, and so he won 5 straight Australian Opens, which was a record, and he could have made it 6, but he didn't play.
Dude, he's so.
What was his argument for not getting vaccinated?
He said he's like a health freak, so he's like, I don't want to put anything that I don't feel comfortable with my body. That's what he said.
So Aaron Rodgers it.
Yeah, except Aaron Rodgers took ivermectin, which is not good for you. Djokovic didn't do that.
What is ivermectin? I thought it's good.
It's the horse drugs.
He's immunized.
He's immunized. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is immunized.
He doesn't need a jab because he's immunized.
All right, so I compared this to Reggie Lewis, who had a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
Does this look like?
Dude, put your feet away.
Yeah. Oh, put those. Oh,
no, not. I'm trying to save you money. Okay, you only put the feet on the camera if they're blurred out. You gotta sell those feet.
You gotta sell those feet. You gotta save money. Have you not seen?
I think that was my foot debut.
Yeah, that was your foot debut.
Yeah, that was his foot debut. It's not the way it should have happened.
Again, I think it's hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. You guys are
all right. So repeat that, Jackson.
I think Bronny James, he was responsive and reactive during the whole thing. I think it might have been similar, not as bad as Reggie Lewis, who died in '93 during a Celtics practice because he suffered hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
Was it a practice? Was it a practice? Okay,
practice.
I thought it was like a preseason game.
No, it was a practice at the Waltham Practice Center. And it's basically it's an enlargement of the veins that is not known for an obvious cause, and it causes the heart to not be able to effectively pump blood through the rest of the body. Then you have the soccer player last year,
2 years ago, Ericsson at the Euros.
Yeah, and then you also had DeMar Hamlin. You had the Old Dominion basketball player. You had Keontae Johnson. His old players that we've brought up. Keontae Johnson got put in a coma, though.
Yeah, Keontae Johnson was in a coma. Ericsson was technically dead for a few minutes.
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah. If the captain of the Danish team, a center back, if he didn't give him CPR, they said he would have died on the spot. They said he wouldn't have made it if the captain didn't give him CPR before the trainers got there.
No way.
Yeah, and they all huddled around him. So
is the guy brain dead?
No, he's playing. He played for Man U last year.
He's good?
Yeah, he's really good. He's one of the best Danish players ever. He used to play for Ajax, Tottenham, and then he went to.
Do they know what cause? Did there was ever?
No, they don't. He was out for 6 months. He played for Brentford, and then he did so good for Brentford that Man U got him. So.
Was he jabbed?
I don't know. Probably.
What's jab mean?
You know what jab means.
The jab. They call it the
jab, bro. You journalists, you know what jabbed means.
I don't follow right-wing journalism.
That's what they call the jab over there, Cyro.
That's what I guess. That's what Jackson hears all day on Fox News. I bet
Jackson hears Aaron Rodgers talking about the jab.
I bet you if Jackson turned his computer, he has a TV mounted on the wall, muted with Fox News playing.
Bro, it was so funny. It was so funny when they tried to make Aaron Rodgers into a right winger because he didn't want the vaccine. That shit was so fucking funny. It's like, dude, he's from fucking California. You know he's not a right winger. He just doesn't want the vaccine because he likes, he likes peyote. Peyote is nature's vaccine.
So Bronny James is the only. Wait, under California CIA, vaccinated players didn't have to wear a mask. Bronny last season, half of it before requirement dropped was wearing a mask, was only for unvaccinated. So that means Bronny James is not vaccinated.
That means knowledgeable.
Guys, that means the jab wasn't it. It ain't the
That
jab.
is not it. We got to restart. We got to restart.
Unless he's just really cautious. The James family could be cautious.
Dude, my thighs
Good,
also look massive right now. Like, look at
You
how
got to blur those out. You got to blur those out, man. This is a family.
look how
friendly
big
show.
my thighs are right now.
You don't need to have like the old-fashioned soccer player shorts right now. Come on, man.
Look at these.
Yeah. You rolled them up so high, you have like the old-fashioned like Alexis Sanchez soccer.
I look like Diego Maradona's legs.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
This is like how Diego.
You look like Alexis Sanchez because he's the only guy like present day that used to do that.
You look like a Latino's legs who's like 23 and 6 feet, like about 170.
NBA show has become OnlyFans basketball edition, and it's free.
Yeah, you guys want to see some toes?
You aren't getting that Jackson anywhere else, man.
If hour 1 was toes and Cyro's legs, imagine what hour 2 would be.
I don't know.
Oh.
So Annie says, just saw that because people are arguing about it on social media, and some people started pointing out that he was most likely unvaccinated, even though his superstar dad and social media mom were vaxxed. I also want to say his mom had a glow up. Like I would
social media mom.
I wouldn't have.
Why it's social media?
That was words included.
Let me just put this out there. Savannah James, I wouldn't have fucked her when in 03 to like 08. But like not even 03 to 2014. Okay. Ever since they came back from fucking Miami, Savannah James has been very fuckable.
I mean, like we said, Miami is literally the plastic surgery capital of the world. So like
you had to keep up.
Yeah, you got to keep up with the times, you know. That's why Nick Saban left, because his wife felt ugly.
This is one of the best Tosh.0 bits.
That is my favorite Tosh.0 bit. My favorite one. That one or the Lane Kiffin
I'm going to watch that after.
Guys, can we talk about how ugly Rich Paul's girl is?
What, Adele?
Wait, he's with Adele?
He's been with Adele.
Hello?
No way.
That's Adele. That's fucking
Who's
Adele.
with Adele? Who's with
Adele?
This is
not Adele. This
yes,
is
it is.
Paul's with Adele.
How do you not know that's Adele?
That's right.
Adele is ugly, Cyro.
Adele and Rich Paul have been together?
She's an ugly European. That's rude.
She's a British person.
I meant to say Brit. She's an ugly Brit.
Yeah, which most of them are. So.
Yeah.
No way is he with Rich Paul.
Yes.
Rich Paul's small, man.
I
didn't realize how small. How tall is Adele?
Adele's
I guess like 5'7".
Adele's kind of tall. She's kind of a bigger gal.
Well, she lost weight. She lost weight.
I know. That's crazy, isn't it?
And you remember everyone fat shamed her? They're like, "You're terrible. You lost all this weight, and you were."
Adele's 5'8". Adele's 5'8". So
you know who else got fat shamed? Fat Amy. You remember
Lana Del Rey
lost all her weight.
Lana Del Rey wasn't fat though, but she still got shamed. But
she's pretty fat, man.
Really? She's not fat.
I wouldn't call her big. She's bigger than big, which is she's fat, dude. I'll pull it up. Lana Del Rey.
She has put on some weight, I guess. She has put on some pounds.
She's just fat. Look at this fucking.
Oh yeah, Lana Del Rey's just fat, bro.
Look at this piggy, bro. Oh wait, Cyro, I have my screen share. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, she's kind of just fat now. Yeah. Look at you can tell by the face.
How did that happen?
I
don't know.
Every dating app, like for like a bigger girl, this would be like her picture.
But no, you remember Fat Amy? She's from Pitch Perfect.
No disrespect to her, by the way.
You guys remember Fat Amy from Pitch Perfect?
Oh, that's who Fat Amy is.
She's Fit Amy.
Was bigger.
Oh yeah,
she got thin. Wow,
she's like
the European or the Brit.
Right here, look.
Australian bitch.
Look, this is.
Oh my god, she's super skinny.
Jesus Christ, dude! Holy
That's crazy.
Shit.
Good for her.
What happened to Lana Del Rey, man?
No, but
Twitter's in right-wing. Twitter's in, they're in riots, man.
Twitter. People on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's their queen, dude. That's
listen
their queen. What are they gonna do without her?
So Twitter started shaming Fat Amy for becoming skinny because they're like, you were a role model and
they're skinny shaming.
And They were
She
skinny
wanted to get
shaming her.
healthier.
Yeah, and they're skinny shaming her that she faltered under society pressure to lose her weight.
She got healthier.
She got healthier.
She got healthier. Come on. I get we don't want to body shame people, but we also shouldn't be body shaming people for like getting healthier. Like,
yeah, no, that's a new thing. That's a new thing. Fat
That is the new thing.
People, woke people on Twitter say that you can't go skinny if you were already fat because you're doing a disservice to the other larger people in this world.
As the head of woke Twitter, I don't know if we're saying
there's a difference between losing weight and being anorexic, and this is just losing weight to be healthy. Like this is
And even if you turn anorexic to lose 100 pounds and you stop
but anorexia is an eating disorder, so like you need to get help. And like get help. Like you also need to be healthy. Anorexia is not healthy. But like,
what if you choose to be anorexic for your diet? You hit the goal mark. You stop being anorexic.
I don't think that's as bad as being fat.
It's not as bad as like being morbidly unhealthily obese. But like,
what if the
not good.
What
it's
if
not healthy?
What if the goal? The goal overcomes the means.
You don't need to be anorexic to lose weight.
Sometimes the goal is more important than the means on how you
don't need to do this to lose weight.
Some people just eat laxatives all day.
Wait, is that what anorexia is?
No, anorexia.
I thought that's bulimia.
No, bulimia is forcing yourself to throw up. Anorexia
is worse.
Which is
worse than anorexia.
Yeah, don't become bulimic. Yeah, that's not.
You fuck up your teeth.
Not eating. Anorexic is just not eating. It's horrible to stop yelling.
But it's like fasting is also not eating. So if you just
but anorexia is like it's a mental disorder where like you can't like your body like will not let you eat. Like your mind won't let you eat. Like fasting, you just choose not to eat and then you eat at the end of the day or whatever. Anorexia is like an actual disorder.
Yeah, like
that's something you would get like now when you're skinny.
I intermediately fast. Like I don't eat all day. I eat like one meal a day right now.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, like that's intermittent fasting. That's not anorexia.
Yeah, like I'm still hitting my calories. I just don't eat breakfast or lunch. I just eat dinner and I have a big dinner. Like that's what I do, and I just drink liquids during the day.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Yeah. While bulimia is the worst thing you can do.
Bulimia is what the models do when they do that.
So no, I mean most models don't do bulimia anymore. You're an idiot if you do bulimia because
a lot of them did though back in the day.
Back in the day, but nowadays nobody really does bulimia unless you're a fucking moron because people now know if you're bulimic, you'll rot your teeth and you'll fuck up your tongue because you're throwing up stomach acid, which the acids have enzymes which start to eat your teeth. So if you see. So people who are bulimic, like actually, you look at them, they have fucked up teeth.
Yeah, it's like meth head teeth.
Yeah, it's like meth head teeth. Anorexia is just you starve yourself, which I guess is like better, but like you become malnourished.
Yeah, it's still awful for you.
It's still awful. It's still awful. But in comparison, you'd rather be anorexic than bulimic.
Yeah, they're both disorders, though. They're both
disorders.
That involve body.
And the third option is fucking insane and has become the most common thing that models do now. Laxatives. You just shit all day.
Oh yeah, just shitting your brains out. That's also terrible for you. That is also
literally just get a pack
That's where you
of
get anal
bread.
leakage. That's how you get anal leakage, where your asshole can't
just
hold
do
your
a
shit anymore, so you start leaking.
Go buy a 4-pack of Red Bull or coffee and get 2 packs of Mar breads, smoke a pack a day, drink a couple cups of coffee, and you won't really want to eat much.
Or just do a bunch of cocaine, and you also won't want to eat.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they did in the 80s.
How would you know that, though?
So for me, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. So this is how I think my daily routine would be. 3 p.m. I would wake up. At 3:05, I would have Chivas Regal whiskey with my morning papers and a few Dunhill cigarettes at 3:05. Then at 3:45, some cocaine. At 3:50, another glass of Chivas and another Dunhill cigarette. At 4:05, I'd have my first cup of coffee and another Dunhill cigarette. At 4:15, I'd have cocaine. At 4:16, I'd have orange juice and a Dunhill. At 4:30, another cocaine. At 4:54,
another Dunhill.
Okay. No, 4:54 cocaine. At 5:05, another cocaine. At 5:11, coffee and Dunhills. 5:30, more ice in the Chivas. At 5:45, cocaine, etc., etc. 6, grass to take the edge off the day. 7:05 p.m., I'd go to the Woody Creek Tavern for lunch. A Heineken, 2 margaritas, coleslaw, a taco salad, double order of fried onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, a bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, Coke,
a lot of random food.
And for the ride home,
it's a bit.
and a snow cone, a glass of shredded ice over which is poured 3 or 4 shots of Chivas. Then 9 is when I would start seriously snorting cocaine. At 10, I would drop acid. At 11, I'd have some French liquor, cocaine, and some more weed. At 11:30, cocaine, etc., etc. At midnight, I'm ready to work. And then from 12:05 to 6 a.m., I'd have Chivas, cocaine, weed, coffee, Heineken, clove cigarettes, grapefruit, Dunhills, orange juice, gin, continuous pornographic movies on loop. And then at 6 a.m., I'd have a hot tub champagne, Dove ice cream bars, fettuccine Alfredo. At 8, I'll have house salon, and then at 8:20 I'll go to bed till 3.
Imagine eating fettuccine Alfredo for 360.
If anyone got that, like Thomas and Luke, it was Hunter S. Thompson.
Good bit.
Good bit. Have you never seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
You should watch that movie, Jackson.
That's go home and watch that.
Is that what that's from? You've done that bit, if that's your.
Yeah, it's
from a movie.
The movie's about Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson was a gonzo journalist, and what gonzo journalism was.
The OG gonzo journalist.
That's
I don't know.
True journalism.
I don't think people do gonzo journalism anymore like that.
He's
like,
the OG.
It's not payable. Basically, he's the first and only really to do it successfully. Like he was on retainer.
Do it successfully. There you go.
Like
yeah.
I heard a story. He was on retainer with Rolling Stone that when he would go to like something, they would give him his hotel rooms would have to be set up before you arrive with a fax machine where he'd fax continuously his papers, a pound of weed and a half ounce of speed. Which Jackson, I don't know if you know what speed is. That means a half ounce means it's half an ounce, it's a quarter ounce.
Do you
of
think
cocaine.
I'm like?
It's cocaine and meth mixed together.
No, heroin, not meth.
Heroin, not meth, heroin, my bad.
I am 24 tomorrow, sir.
I did not know Fred Wolf got down. But gonzo journalism would be, I would go, you would tell me to go cover the NBA scouting combine. And in those 2 days, I wouldn't have to do drugs, but if you really wanted to get into gonzo, what it is I tell you my perspective of the scouting combine. I really don't tell you what went on the scouting combine. I tell you what I did at the scouting combine. That's what it is. I don't tell you like the fight. I don't tell you about the game. I don't tell you. I tell you how I walked around and had conversations.
Like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is about, they were supposed to cover, it was like a convention and then it was like a race. There was 2 different events that they were supposed to cover, but they didn't remember any of it. They were tripping balls for the entirety of it. It was like a lawyer convention because his friend was the attorney, and then it was like a horse race, right? What are the 2 things, I believe?
Horse race or car race?
Horse or car race. Some race that they were supposed to cover that they never got around to.
He was supposed to go to the fight in the fight in Manila?
Oh, the Thriller in Manila.
The Thriller in Manila. He went there. This is where he got like his downhill with Rolling Stone happened. He goes to Manila to cover the Thriller in Manila, and he fucking just doesn't go. He loses a 1.5 pounds of marijuana in the hotel pool and spent the whole time tripping balls trying to recover all 1.5 pounds of marijuana out the hotel pool.
What a guy, man. Hunter S. Thompson.
In another life, I would have been Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson is an American hero.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if I was born in 81, I would have found Hunter S. Thompson and just lived as a refugee until he committed suicide.
Yeah, like back in the 80s when we were kids, like you would have been a gonzo journalist.
I would have thrived. I
was born in the wrong decade.
I should have been born in 1971. Would have been 12 when the new wave started.
Yeah, you would have been 12, right in the time for gonzo journalism.
Well, I more care for new wave. Honestly, dude, I should have been born in 1965, so I could have been 18 and saved up $500 and moved to LA, and I would have been perfect. Especially
if I knew college super cheaply.
No, I would have just tried to make it in Hollywood, and because I'm like I could play multiple ethnicities and accents weren't really needed, I could have just fucking, I could have been like Lawrence of Arabia.
The Tommy Wiseau. The Argentinian Tommy Wiseau. That would have been you.
I'll make the worst movie of all time.
You'll make the worst movie of all time and turn that into a career.
Exactly. All right, guys. What are we doing? Pirtle or the cross grid?
Hoop grids?
Brutal.
Pirtle first.
Anthony
Edwards. Oh no. Maybe De'Aaron Fox. But did he have hair that short at the start of the season? I don't think he did. Anthony?
No, it's not.
No, it's a forward. It's a forward. And he's 6'7".
He's not in the Northwest.
Yeah. So he's in the Pacific. And he's a 6'7" forward.
He's young.
He's
right?
He's 23 or 22. So no. So it's not. He's 23 or 22 years old.
Josh Okogie?
22. He's 22.
Young?
He's 22 years old. So I don't know if Josh Okogie's 22. No, he's not.
Who's the other fucking team?
It's a youngin. He's what, 6 or 7 is his number?
Have we done Golden State? Oh.
Moses Moody.
Who's the other team?
Phoenix.
When Kendrick Perkins couldn't pronounce Moses Moody's name on draft night, that was fucking hilarious.
Lakers, Suns, Warriors. There's one more Pacific team.
Oh, the Clippers. So that's Terrence Mann. No.
Terrence Mann is older.
Who else can it be though?
Brandon Boston.
You got one guess left, buddy.
He's 22. He wears number 6.
Where's number 6?
He wears number 6. Who the fuck
Scrub?
wears number 6?
Oh, I don't even know who that is. That'd be a crazy one to end on.
Did Jay Scrub wear 6?
He's also 6'5", though.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna fit.
I don't think Jay Scrub. I don't know who that is. So I'm gonna say the answer is no.
He's a JUCO guy. He played at Louisville or something, right?
Something like that.
Fuck.
A young wing is unheard of on this
A
Clippers
young
team.
wing for the Clippers. Yeah, they don't have those.
It's not Amir Coffey.
Fuck.
Oh,
why isn't it Terrence, man?
Guys, we're so stupid.
We are stupid, bro.
Oh, that's
God.
retarded, man.
That's why I went, oh, I forgot that they updated the rosters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so stupid.
We are dumb. It's Kenyon Martin Jr. Yeah. All right, KJ.
What a great pickup. So stupid.
Oh, 40-point game in the playoffs. Brandon Roy. Has not been many Blazers that scored 40 points in the game in the playoffs. Steve Nash never did it with Dallas. Michael Finley, maybe?
Oh, Jason Terry. Oh, he never did it.
Michael Finley, maybe? Dude, is it really just Dirk?
Mike Conley?
Lakers 40-point game would be like that's James Worthy for the Lakers. Okay, that's a bronze. That's good.
Is it really just Dirk?
Dude, I can't think of anybody right now. We can come back to this. We can come back to that.
Lakers in Cleveland.
Larry Nance Jr. Larry Nance.
Wow.
That was better than Larry Nance. I couldn't have came up with that on the spot. That's better than Larry Nance.
Should have done LeBron.
Good pick. It's Hoop Grids, TP. It's a new wave.
Rodney Hood for Cavs Blazers.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah.
Luke legend.
Mississippi State legend.
Was Rodney Hood good?
In college,
I think he was a solid role player.
Mavs, Cavs. Cavs.
And the easy one would be Deron Williams.
Yeah, but we can't do that. Nene only played for 2 teams, right? He only played for the Nuggets and the Rockets.
You know what I'm gonna blow your guys' mind with?
Yeah.
Delonte West.
LeBron's dad. That's a great
Cavs legend.
LeBron's father.
Nuggets Blazers.
Chris
Kaman.
Ooh,
Blade. Oh no, Chris Kaman
never play in Denver. I don't think he did. Lakers Nuggets. DJ Mabanga. Nah, he didn't play for the Nuggets. Maybe he did. I don't think he did though.
Thomas Bryant.
What about?
What do you think Thomas Bryant's percentage?
Who else was on those Lakers championship teams and the back-to-back championship teams with Kobe? Besides like DJ Mabanga and like.
I'm trying to think.
Mozgov?
Mozgov would work for Nuggets Lakers.
Yeah. Should we do that? Is that too easy?
Maybe. It might be too easy because it's recent, but I can't think of any right now. What about did Desagana
Carmelo
play for any of these teams?
What?
Desagana Diop. I don't think he played for any of these teams.
Ty Lawson? Was he ever a Laker? He was a Laker, right?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Try it. Don't think he played for anyone else.
Damn.
He played for the Kings.
Oh yeah, and then he had 6 DUIs.
Yeah. Fucking did Ty Corbin ever play for the Nuggets? I don't know if I don't think Ty Corbin ever played for the Nuggets. I'm pretty sure he played for the Blazers though, but I don't think he ever played for the Nuggets.
I wonder if Eddie George ever had a 40-point playoff game.
Eddie George, the running back?
Or not
Eddie House?
Yeah.
Celtics legend?
No.
Arizona State legend?
No.
I guess just do Mozgov for Lakers Nuggets.
Ooh, Will Barton. It's in before.
Okay, wow. 5% said Mozgov. That's a good pick.
Nuggies, Mavs.
Oh, wow. That's a great pick.
Alex English. Nice.
Alex English would have worked for. I don't think Alex English ever played in the playoffs with Dallas.
36.
Buck scored 40 points for Dallas in a playoff.
I don't like Hoops Grid as much. I like the idea of it. I don't like the. I feel like the layout's crisper on crossover, but this is a smoother game.
Yeah, this is a way smoother game than crossover. Crossover is
Eddie Jones. It's Eddie Jones. I bet you Eddie Jones set a 40-point playoff game on the Lakers.
Did he?
Eddie
Jones playoff.
I guess it wasn't a 3-point shooting era, but he can stroke it.
You set your room up exactly like I did. Why do you have a knife set in the back of your?
I have back from Tennessee, and I've got to wait till my parents can come pick it up so I can bring it back home.
You have your room very similarly set up to mine.
Yeah, TV stand over there.
Right there,
TV,
bed in the back left corner.
Bed
So
back.
you look back like to your bed is to your right, right?
Yes.
In the corner.
Right. Yeah, right there.
Like looking this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I had it. So you look at your TV, you look at it like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I had it. That's how
TV is
the
right
only
there.
way that's the only way you can set that room up.
There's no other way to do it.
No other way. No other way.
way to do it.
I had my room set up when I first moved in a completely different way. And then when I moved out, not moved out, like 2 months in, I set it up like that because I realized
this is the only way to get it with the most room. So
yeah. I think I had the bed on the other side, next to the.
Let me see. All right, Eddie Jones's career playoff high was. Damn, he never scored 40. He never scored 40 points in the playoffs. His career high was 32. He did it with the Lakers.
I've seen him drop 30 plus in 2K before on my ass.
Yeah, his career high was 30 for the Lakers in the 98 playoffs against Seattle.
You think Byron Scott ever had 40? Probably not.
No shot. He was a defensive guard. He did not score 40. There's no chance.
It's a good name to know that I forgot.
Did Byron Scott ever play for the Nuggets? Because that would have been a good pick for that.
I was
no, he did not.
I completely forgot Alex English played for the Mavericks, but I knew he played for a Dallas team.
I forgot that Alex English played for the Mavericks too. I'm going to be honest with you.
Kyle Anderson is a goddamn communist.
His grandma is like Chinese, dude.
Yeah.
No one liked my Chinese joke. That was over the line.
Okay, did Alex English ever score 40 points in a playoff game? He probably did, right?
Probably.
Yeah, he did. He scored four 40-point games, but none of them were with Dallas. They were all with Denver.
Hey, we had 240 people watch this stream.
Damn. Look at us. We're going up in the world.
Everyone today for watching. We have like 10 people watching live. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys did enjoy today's show, be a friend and tell a friend. We'll be back tomorrow. You boys have anything else?
I will be gone.
Back. Shout out JB.
You'll be gone tomorrow, so I need Luke to actually
wake up. I'll actually be here. I'll be awake. I just woke up early and then fell back asleep. So
Luke, do you like my new outfits?
What do you mean new outfits? That's a typical Jackson fit.
No, I'm bringing early 2000s fashion back.
Are you wearing an undershirt under that? Okay,
yeah.
never mind. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, because they're two white shirts.
Yeah, he is bringing the fashion back. Yeah,
he did it yesterday.
I didn't know that was an undershirt until the sleeves. Next thing we need is the baggy shorts, and we're golden.
Oh, you're right.
All right, boys. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.